Hello to all of you. I know you're not used to seeing a video wrap up of the week, but having reviewed all the studies, I wanted to talk about some of the things that I kept seeing and try to really encourage you to be very detail oriented before you submit your final paper in week 8, because I will tell you, if I find too many, particularly APA formatting mistakes, I don't mind fixing some of them, but if I find too many and I get tired of doing it, I'm going to send you your paper back. And I don't want that to delay you. So please look through your paper 5 times, catch those mistakes. I think that I pretty much highlighted everything either in week 2 when I looked at your proposals, to this week when I went through the studies. So you should have everything, all the information you need to have 0 APA mistakes. Again, I don't mind fixing some of them because after you look at it 5 times, things start kind of get blurry and you're just like whatever. But I don't, your studies are good, most of you, but you just got mistakes. So some of the mistakes I saw, in particular, are rhetorical questions. So a rhetorical question is a question that I, as the asker, do not intend for you to answer. I'm going to answer it. We don't do that in APA because it sets up the reader kind of in suspense, like, am I supposed to know this already? So do not use rhetorical questions. Your research questions are not rhetorical. You're simply reporting, these are the questions I'm asking, that I'm trying to answer. Those aren't rhetorical. They should be in question form, but nothing else should be in question form. A heading or you just asking questions within the body of your paper, do not do that, because not in APA. It's rhetorical questions are informal, and again, you're going to answer, so why even put the question? Okay, so if you have a question or something, frame it as a statement and then elaborate. Some of you are not consistently indenting your paragraphs. So the first line of a paragraph, I know you know this, has to be indented. And some of you are not doing it every single time. So it's just a lack of paying attention to detail. So make sure you do that. The other thing is, do not use block margins. So you need to have left justification, ragged right. So do not use block style. And I'm not sure how that's happening. The rest of your paper's fine, and then you've got this one section that's block, and so fix that up. Take out the extra spaces between paragraphs. Your entire paper, other than your title page, is double spaced. There are no extra spaces between headings, paragraphs. Now, if you have a table and the table is going to split and be on 2 different pages, you can space down so that you can get all of the table on one page. That's okay. APA says don't do that, but well, I think they just say don't put in extra spaces. But to me, a table is very difficult to read if it's split like that. So that would be the only time within the body of your paper that you should have extra space. Everything is double spaced, so really take a look at that. I think what it is it's Microsoft Word. I don't know about Google Docs, but Microsoft Word wants to put 8 points between paragraphs. So validity and reliability. I have not done a good job of explaining that to you. I'm not sure why you didn't get why it wasn't explained to you last term, because you need to calculate or confirm the validity of your measure before you give it. So when I said it has to do with your questions, I didn't say very well. It's not your research questions, it's your survey questions. So you need to calculate the validity of your survey questions to make sure that they are asking what you really think they are asking. And the way you do that is with Chromebox Alpha. Now, if you have any kind of statistical software, SPSS, that will do it for you. If not, you can use, it's not a hard formula. It's just kind of taking the mean and, divided by the number of items. So it's not hard, but you are supposed to calculate the validity of your instrument. So, in everybody's paper, I alluded to that. I said something about, there's no mention of validity. Reliability means that if you ask, say, for example, you ask school A these survey questions and you go to school B, you should get very similar responses unless the schools are just completely different. But, or if you gave it, before and after, the reliability should be, you should get basically the same answers. Again, unless one of your variables is, just completely changed. So you do need to work on that. I am not going to fail anybody because you don't have your validity and reliability, because it's not on the rubric. I can't remember if it's in the template, but it's part of a research study. But I'm not going to fail anybody because apparently you were not instructed on validity and reliability. But for your own integrity and the integrity of your study, you need to try to calculate whether your measurements are valid and reliable. And I had uploaded the name of a book and an article, and then today I put in a YouTube video and something else, it seems like. And then I also uploaded some pages from my own dissertation, just so you could see what a table is supposed to look like, and like how you do, thematic coding. So take a look at those resources in the course forum, see if they do anything for you. Because speaking of tables, there is a format for tables. So you have to check APA. I think, either APA style or Purdue OWL will help you. One of the things that I noticed in your papers is you were, doing a good job of analyzing your data, but you didn't really tell me the so what. Some of you were telling me these were the findings, and it was like, okay, is that significant? What's the takeaway? So be sure you always are talking about the so what. And I tell my 50-10 students that, like, if you're going to write about the sociological factors or functions of school, tell me why it's important that there are these functions. So not just a recitation of facts. So tell us the so what. What are we taking away from your study? Abstracts are not just another introduction. An abstract is about a 2-paragraph summary of your entire paper. So what you did, the population, the methods, the data analysis, and your findings in 2 paragraphs. So I don't know if that was in the template. A few of you, did write an abstract, and that's great, but you wrote it like an introduction, and it is not that. So I believe I uploaded or maybe I sent, I think if you had an abstract, I sent you the link that from APA style that tells you what an abstract is. So really take a look at that, because, like I said in the beginning, I am not going to pass your paper if it's got some APA mistakes. I'm going to fix what I can up to a point, and then I'm going to send it back to you. because I cannot let your paper go out like that, because, I mean, the degree from, University of the People needs to mean something. And, if your study is, not well designed or not well done, you have not told me that you know how to do that. So, I just need to see some effort. I need to see you getting close, at least. Some of you have done a fantastic job, and it's very exciting. Some of you have a great study. The data analysis is a little bit, lacking, I guess. So, just read the notes I gave you. Don't panic. Just breathe. I'm here to work with you. We will get this done. But I'm not going to do it for you, right? So I'll help you. But, so I think, that was mostly it. I just wanted to touch on those things that I had seen in the papers because, you're fixing to be a master of your craft, and you need to know how to write, how to format your papers and all that. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye. I hope that that this video has been helpful, and remember that I'm always here for you.